when I press here, you can see.
Ooh, I saw that jump.
Yeah, see that jump?
Uh-huh.
That's where you know there's some blockage.
Okay.
And then secondary, you have what they call the hamstrings, which is really the biceps femoris.
Sure.
Biceps meaning it has two heads.
Makes sense.
And the inner head.
Let me help here. Let me just hold her. She's great. Besitos.
When you palpate the right one and the left one, the right one is really ropey, so it's inflamed, so it doesn't allow for full extension of the hip. Oh,
yeah,
right in there.
And it's taken a week and a half to 2 weeks where she's been limping on it and not getting better.
Yeah, well, they could give them painkillers, like gabapentin.
My wife would be very against that.
Or you can do steroids, which shuts down the body's. Hello. So what I use.
Oh, you've got a solution. That's fantastic to hear.
I got this little $7,000 flashlight. It's a pulse cold laser. Has various settings for reducing inflammation because you're using energy to free energy.
Okay.
You're using a pulsed infrared laser beam.
I've got a lightsaber.
That's good for infection.
Found that in my truck. That comes from the kids.
Oh. Okay.
No way. So you can use that to treat her? I guess.
If you look at things energistically rather than materially, and you say this is just blocked energy. So here we go. So are you retired?
No, sir. Kind of, sort of. I need a job. Now we live on investment income, but in some cases it gets narrow.
Yeah.
So actually I'm a home inspector and going back into work soon.
If the real estate market picks up, you're in good shape. Huh?
Yeah, well for the home inspection, like for what I do, it's always busy.
Oh, good.
So we're ready to get back to work, but we will see. It just takes a little bit of time to get everybody else through the process. And I'm enjoying the hell out of my time of not doing anything.
So you have kids?
I have 2 wonderful kids just getting out of high school and beginning to wonder how they'll come along. So far they seem to be well raised. No regrets in how they were raised. So far so good. They're smart, respectful. Both of them have jobs.
Very good.
One's a junior in high school and one's a year out of high school. So they're doing really well.
If they're doing what they want to be, then they're in good shape. Huh?
It seems like it. I mean, at their age, I flipped a car and ended up in the Marines like less than a month later.
Really?
Sure. I mean,
yeah.
Move back in with your parents or stay out. I had an older brother that was also a Marine and it looked really cool.
Oh.
Basically, it was a guy running out of options.
Yeah, I've got another Marine client. He was in the Marine band, and he once a month he plays in a band called the Big Fat Steve Band down in they play down in at the Swallows in San Juan.
Sure.
And he's a cool guy. Good drummer too.
Band members, we've got a few in a circle of just something else.
Wow, you're originally from California?
I am. born in Daly City or San Francisco. Moved to Northern California, Redding, Shasta Lake, early teens, and then joined the Marines. So I've grown up city and redneck, and my kids have only known city, and I do my best to try to take them to redneck. But my redneck relatives are pretty rough.
I get up to the high desert once a week. And,
Once a week?
Yeah.
Oh wait, doing what you do?
Apple Valley and Hesperia, and there are a lot of good folk up there. A lot of horses too.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes there are more horses than people.
Yeah, these kids really just raised straight city. I mean, I was raised horse farms, redneck stuff they can't even conceive of. I love the Facebook of everything that happens with the friends back home. And the families back home. My brother's kids were raised the right way. They're douchey, but man, they are fantastic on the jet skis and the jumps and everything to do with. They were like us. My kids have different advantages. But they ain't nearly as rough.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to raise a kid today.
Does seem weird. I mean, I think we got out of it just in time with how all this social media goes through high school.
Yeah.
I got my girl through it. She had some breakdowns. Social media had her at one point. The way friends treat you at one point. Coronavirus screwed up some real stuff at one point. But they got through and everybody's good now, so.
Good.
Can't imagine what it would have been like for us in our time.
Oh, it's a whole different morality,
Morality. There was no cell phone.
Morality.
People were late, they were late.
You can't call anybody he or she anymore. It's you don't know who you're offending.
See, I still don't get that, and I don't meet enough people to have to run into that kind of awkwardness.
I mean, I think they have the right to live their life, but I don't have to personally endorse it, and
guess what I should be awkward in trying to say how to address you.
Yeah. I mean, not that it was right, but gays were treated a lot differently. And hey, get over here.
Yeah, no. I mean, we still had our own insecurities.
Yeah.
As I shared with you, I was a young Marine, and the reality is that homosexuality in that hyper male environment wasn't tolerated. And now my daughter dates Marines, and it's unfortunately allowed.
Yeah.
It's mandated. You can be, and they have that.
Really?
There's still that aura of you can't fuck with me because I am gay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine how that works out in the military. But we got some stuff for you. Somebody's just. I'm gonna brush you after this. I'm lying to you. I'm totally lying to you. I'm gonna brush you and wash you.
Oh yeah.
I know you don't like it. I'm gonna get you. It's totally good. It's totally good. You.
Okay.
Let's take a look. I know what those do.
Let's see you walk.
How's that feel, bro?
That went down.
Yeah, I mean, her slide, that comes from, I think, sliding in the park on wet grass.
You should get a couple of mats in here so she's got a little more friction. You think you're hiding from me?
Yeah, well, if Daddy can't catch you.
Come on. That was good. I just want to check it one more time.
Hey,
No
can you
more
place?
clicker, okay?
I got you. You put the clicker down.
Yeah, clicker's down.
Can you place? Then sit. He's got you. Here we got you. It's okay. I don't even want to try and restrict you at all, so that way you don't feel like you have to. You want to look at it? See, he's done helped you. Made you feel better. Made you feel better, huh? Made the walk a little bit better. Just a little bit. It's gonna be good. It's gonna help things, is what I think. Humans, we have chiropractors in both of our lives. Some kinesiologists. That's a trip.
Yeah.
That's a trip. Which I guess you kind of have to do the same thing with animals, because
You gotta be aware of the muscle. That's where all the energy is. That's where it all flows. Spinal cord and spinal nerves and muscles and.
believed since I was young. And they finally got me to a chiropractor, and he got me working nice and easy right before surgery. Oh man, you can believe, make sure I was a believer. I like cupping, I like all kinds,
Yeah.
I'm open. But watching the guys do the muscle test, that one freaks me out. Not freaks me out, but it's just crazy to me that you can ask the body about things that I don't really understand what you're saying, but it goes ahead and gives me the...
Well, she may be a little sore, but that may be a good sign. But I'd probably like to see her in a couple of days again, based on how she's feeling.
No, I was going to say, hook my arm so you can stand up if your knees are like mine.
No, I'm pretty good in doing this. I get up in the morning, I do one of these stretches where I kneel down.
Oh no. Oh no. Dude, you sound like you just sound like your soul left you.
Since I do that, now I can get up without having to use my arms. So
Wow.
I just turned 80, so
What's the year of your birth?
43.
43. I was born 66, so that gives you about 23 or some years ahead of me.
Yeah.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, I graduated high school in 61.
All right. Yeah. That's like me listening to the kids who anyone were born in the
I think
2000s.
You just become more aware of your own mobility, and I realized if I don't stretch it, I do that every morning. If I don't stretch, then I start having to use my triceps, and that's how you end up injuring your shoulder, is you keep pushing up, and all of a sudden you hear a pop one day, and you go, oh, gotta go to the chiropractor.
Again.
But everything is muscle, The medical profession sort of focuses on the disc and the vertebra, and those things are secondary to the muscles that allow for movement. And if there's not equal nerve supply to both sides of the spine, then you're going to get, overstraining on one side of the body, which is what your dog has, right? This medial muscle here, the hamstring, the biceps femoris. If you feel the left and the right has a little speed bump in it. And if you go to stretch it, the leg starts to shake like that. So we use the laser, you pick that muscle up, use the laser, and just go up and down.
Remove some inflammation.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're increasing circulation, increasing nerve supply. We know that the physiologic effect of the laser is that it stimulates the mitochondria in the powerhouse of the muscle. And so the way I used to practice chiropractic was very cold adjusting. You get your neck, and I had a t-shirt that said, cracking necks and cashing checks.
Just didn't wear it to see clients.
Anyhow, now I see you can't, that's very cruel to the body, to do that abrupt change. Now I use the laser to soften the muscle. I mean, if you put...
And move it back into place.
Yeah, right.
Right?
And it happens on its own, and it's less traumatic, and
we found that in our normal life as well, because if you don't do similar to what you're doing, you can adjust the hell out of it. I gotta come back next week.
Yeah, it's good for business, you know. So,
Well, we didn't also. I don't know if we understood that when I was getting adjusted. I hope they understand that now.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the beauty of chiropractic is that it's not robotic. Medicine is becoming robotic. You know, I had bladder surgery, and they did it. The guy's playing like a video game. You know, they insert these little cannulas in there. They got little robots that are so. It's
and here you're up running around saying,
yeah.
You know what? That worked.
It works, us, and I'm grateful for it. But when it comes to health, I think you have to have touch along with health, you know. And today, the people, I'm not going to touch that person. I could get goodies. I'm getting it.
Could have been weird through that 2-year period.
You know, that the whole COVID thing.
Oh, come on, it had to have been weird for you.
Yeah.
But then again, the people that talk to you and look for you are not the kind of people that are, you know.
Yeah, well.
They already have a certain open mind. A bit of an open mind. I would hope.
Well, I think we got some incredible lessons out of all this, and that it shows you how easily we can be manipulated by fear, you know. And I mean, to date, I know people that have not been out of their house. Not me, they order everything in, they pay their bills online, you know, they live on investments. Yeah, my wife has a friend, and she said she can't associate with me because I'm not vaccinated.
Oh, golly, man.
So, anyhow, you know.
No. I think we lost half our clientele because of the vaxxed or not vaxxed. I almost got divorced because my wife is seriously anti-vax, and I was partial. I wasn't sure. And my smart guy who was making me all the money said, no, go ahead, get the vax. It's like vitamin B12 shot. So I got the first one and almost got divorced, and it's been a hell of a fight ever since. Now I'm glad I didn't, but, you know, shit. I fought in the first 3 wars that we had, so I've been stuck up and down my body by everything that Uncle Sam could put in me, right?
And exposed to things that most people would not have been exposed to.
Amen. But when it came down to getting the vax or not getting the vax, for me it was always, there's no way that the government could allow them to put something in some shit to put it in your body. What I do believe 100% is that small percentage of people that get reactions to whatever virus you get, whatever vaccine you got, was huge. And I see just far too many people getting fucked up. It's scary.
You know,
was it the cure or was it the virus? And that's the one I get stuck in. I don't know. I'm just never gonna get another shot.
My wife just had this thing. They said she could be part of a genetic study. So they sent this questionnaire out. I mean,
oh God.
I'm